Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Zero Time Dilemma. We are basically done. We just have this one scene where everybody is alive. Let's get to it. This has to be the finale of the game. Final decision. There it is. Although there was no split pass there, so I imagine we're not making a decision.
I knew it.
Okay.
Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The three wards were all in the same place. Then...
So everybody's awake at the same time again.
Carlos!
Akane, Junpei.
And Mira, and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Why the fuck do they know he's Sean?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway.
I don't get what the hell Carlos was doing.
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
How? Where did you get them?
Does that mean?
Yeah. I remember everything.
I do too. Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
So the drugs have all worn off now.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
So they just know the whole...
Then
They have
you
all the
have
histories.
Other histories memories too?
Okay.
Yes,
For some reason I can believe this right now.
You're like us.
but why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We don't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning.
I'm gonna put my controller down and
First,
get ready for this
so I could run
exposition.
the program
Okay.
in the Force Quit box. I accessed the central control computer.
Okay, that wasn't first, but we'll go with it.
Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero.
So it's not...
I didn't want
It was just
Zero
that one
to catch
timeline he was
on
with them
what we
then.
were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
Why did
Went over
Sean
to the
suddenly switch
transporter room
teams?
and picked up 2 cards. Before the
God damn it.
injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two
So
make
Sean
sense.
doesn't need one because he's a robot.
What about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Okay.
Then
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I
He
hacked
hacked
my
his own system.
too.
He
feel like
said
he shouldn't be
managed
able to do
to
that.
cancel the force sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
first, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
What? it was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Okay.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But If I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room.
And got the shit beat out
You
of
can
him.
see the result of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
It's true.
And after that,
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Oh, that's why he dropped the glass. And they just hid behind the counter for a while.
sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
Okay.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Morphogenic field.
That's probably.
You want to know?
Was he off camera again? I didn't notice. No, he's coming from outside with the gun.
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening.
Shouldn't see her and Sigma remember
Named me Diana.
that he's their son?
It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question.
Okay, here's our exposition.
Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All six of you know that you are shifters, correct?
What happened to them being espers?
Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a...
I think Diana is the only one that did. I didn't know Diana was an esper, but okay.
You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back for many times.
I don't think Diana has been.
Space-time to another. You boldly took chances. Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact
Okay.
within the morphogenetic field.
Yeah.
It is simply that the six of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center
He's the quantum computer instead of the morphogenic field. We already understand this. Zero's not telling us anything new yet.
What about me and Mira?
You're just regular
You are
jackoffs.
both like me, in that we do not.
Okay,
have
so he
to
can't shift.
You don't?
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
To mind hack.
Mind hack?
That sounds ridiculous. Okay, so he can just possess people. He can't shift.
I am able to read
So he doesn't send his consciousness into other...
the thoughts and ideas.
Okay. So we're playing as Delta,
That's why I
who is
know
mind hacking the
Phi
protagonist.
is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection,
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result.
Okay, so I think Delta's supposed to be the player here.
That I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
Because he can just read the
You did
shifters'
all
minds.
this because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same.
Is he just going to
now.
not explain his motives and just say they're
Fulfill
complex?
several objectives. It was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
Okay,
What do you mean?
so that's his motive. He just wants to
Phi and
exist. So he's just closing the
Are
loop.
children of
And incidentally creating a bunch of other timelines while he does it.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was
I'm glad I
another
called that right.
mystery, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was
Let's transport to
transported to
1904.
April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at
Oh, yeah,
that
okay.
time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
Holy shit.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
Oh, okay, so they were using the
You're
machine.
saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904? And then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times simply...
That music is too loud for the dialogue.
I heard that in 2008...
This is being studied. American facility, okay.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off target. But yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other history.
Yeah, because they were necessary in
If
getting
I hadn't trapped the group of you here,
everything
then
set
Phi
up.
and I
Okay.
would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics.
Epigenetics.
You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
To get them
By
horny.
backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their
Oh.
children were born with unique powers.
Shouldn't they be born with unique powers because they have the
This
unique
is the
powers?
reason I have my mind abilities. 5
This all just seems like he's closing a loop here,
You were born a shifter.
which makes it seem like he's not actually doing anything. Which starts to get into some very, like,
DT.
deep philosophy shit.
Call what was written on your wall.
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters is good.
It's got 0 in it.
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision game began. So that the Phi and me, here now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
Okay.
No, but okay. So I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions, but the rest of us had nothing to do with.
I already told you. My motives are complex.
What? Wait, there's more?
Is he gonna explain the complex motives?
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fuck, no!
She's some kind of goddamn superhero. That gun went right to Eric, didn't it? Yep, because Eric's already stepped away. There he is. Fucking A. Who let Eric touch the gun again?
You may be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing force quit program. 10 minutes.
That,
until
yeah,
explosion.
that doesn't seem like such a good thing anymore. Everybody's got. That shot of CT's faces was real good.
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain?
The force quit box is a
This
self-destruct.
motor
Just
will
button.
soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the force quit program has been activated, there is no possible way to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you one good, no, two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
What's there?
No!
What is it?
Why would you?
Gab.
Oh no!
Gab's been.
They killed the pupper.
You killed Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you.
So what's the other thing? You had 2 things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack. But I have not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment.
But
But
you
I
possess
am able
people?
to
Okay.
control someone's body as
What's he
I
gonna
wish.
do? Have Eric shoot him?
Like this.
Holy shit, he did. That's. What? Why? Like, just so he could prove he could do it. So that he doesn't ball up with the rest of them.
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Okay.
Hacking.
Understand now.
This is retarded, is what this is.
So, let's begin. Your
So when Carlos and Diana vote for the other teams,
You have two
it's because they're being mind hacked.
choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other...
He's 124. He should not have gotten that many words in being shot from the shotgun.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
Obviously, it's to get out.
What should we do? What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it?
With Sean's
Unless
face.
6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
Hold on, if Delta's
I
Q,
have an idea.
then doesn't that mean they
Which
have one
is?
X pass?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But
Eric, and you
Eric
can't
and
do it?
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
So they're just gonna learn to
You
do it
said
right
if certain
now.
conditions are met, we can also...
what are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
To be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it. We'll resonate, and then Mira.
What the fuck is this shit?
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
And we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
So at the very
We're
beginning.
all alive.
Do you mean
The coin flip, okay. That's what I was thinking. They're gonna jump to when they picked the other coin flip and got out.
The history where we won the coin toss.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea.
So that's really cool. The first ending you get is also the actual ending.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that? What?
Exactly.
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point.
They don't have any of your
If
memories.
we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are
It's true.
essentially strangers.
I don't know why
Even
there's
more of
suddenly
a
a
reason
moral.
not to.
Carlos was doing this like
Shift
how
to
many
that
times?
history, then
A fucking Junpei was the one that said, "Oh yeah, let's get riddled with bullets and then shift again,
the us in that history have done nothing wrong?
and we'll send the us that just lucked out
Everything we did
and
was
rolled triple
win at a
ones
coin toss.
to a bullet hell."
You could say the same for us. The
And
only
he had
thing
no-
we did was lose a coin toss.
Yeah, there were no moral
Even so,
quandaries a minute ago. Why are there
We've
suddenly
had to
moral
go
quandaries
through so
now?
much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have two choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
All right. So I think we're gonna not shift, and then we'll get bad end first, and then we'll shift and get good end. Is there a separate one if you let the timer run out? Or is it the same as don't shift? There it is. Isn't that the same as when you let the balls touch in the bomb? Game over. Achievement unlocked. D team subject report. Q team subject report. That's it? No, I'm missing an ending here. Alright. I'm gonna let the timer run out and see if that changes anything. But I don't think it does. I think letting the timer run out just makes you not shift. And then we wait. Alright, so is this the same? Yeah, it's the same. Okay. So we'll jump right back into making a decision, and this time we'll shift. And we'll see the ending of the game. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Come on. Man, there was a lot of dialogue there leading up to that. There we go. I was confused when it brought me back to the team select for a minute. Payoff 2. Nevada Desert Decom.
Damn, I can't remember anything. Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but
And then it's going to shift into them from the sky.
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
And they're all going to look at Sean and be like, who the fuck is this kid?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
And then there they go. That weird, like, mind space drop thing. So that's why Zero has them flip a coin at the beginning. Just so he can create a timeline where they actually do get out. So they have somewhere to shift out to. And the question is Delta out here with them?
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelet, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Hey, it
Almost
worked. Happy endo.
Life is
Oh shit.
fair,
There he is.
don't you think?
Why did he kill the dog in the last one? Was it so the dog could shift?
17 years ago, a snail traveled
Oh, this
down
fucking
a narrow
snail.
path in the park.
Did he mind hack
If
the snail?
that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did. Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Would you just quit talking nonsense?
The dog is not dead.
I'm
Yay!
so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the
For
slammer.
what?
And my crime.
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt.
It's true. They'd all just sound like
In the
morons.
other histories,
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind hacked you.
Mind hacked.
The me is a different person. The one before. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history?
Nope.
If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean
He's just put
is
alien
able to
tech in a
move
truck.
right now due to radio signals received from a satellite.
I'm glad he
Why?
explained why Sean can
Aren't you
function.
happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Vi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6.
I mean, isn't that
There's only
the
one
goal?
right
Like, isn't that why
future
Sigma
ahead.
and Phi and Akane are there in the first place?
Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
So,
That fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Fi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct over 6 billion days.
he's got them there. They chose this end over VLR end.
No. You're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll
We're all
shape the
gonna
future
stop it.
with our own hands.
Is that it?
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira,
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives...
Oh my god, I'm sick of hearing about how complex the motives are, I'll tell you that much.
What if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter?
It's true, then they wouldn't want to all be heroes all of a sudden.
Determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved.
Technically, he did.
Except you. Are you angry that your life runs plain? Very well.
I still don't understand why Mira and Eric were involved.
One last choice.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, if he tosses that gun
There,
to Eric,
you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you.
but isn't he
You are free
brother?
to decide.
Like, isn't he
Which shall it be?
the one that runs
Pull the trigger
the cult?
or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Do I have to make one more decision? Or does it just stay open-ended? I like that. Alright. I think that's it. I think that's VLR. Whew. Man, or not VLR, sorry. Zero Time Dilemma. That was good. I'm glad it exists, for one. There's a bunch of stuff that never got resolved that I'm pretty sure I remember Uchikochi saying was going to get resolved, and it's not resolved. Where was Kyle in all of that? What happened? What was with Brother's cloak that Zero told Akane to wear being the same cloak that Snake was wearing in 999? Like, what the fuck was up with Quark in VLR? Why does Tenmyoji care about him at all? Like, what? Where the fuck was Kyle? Kyle was supposed to be important to this, and he's not here at all. Unless he's built out of Q or Sean, sorry, or some shit. But then why would he be called Kyle and not Sean? And how many things was Delta in? Because I remember in VLR they did a thing. God damn you, Kotaro, you mad genius. I remember they did one of the big reveals in VLR was that Sigma was a 26-year-old's mind, or 20-something-year-old's mind in a like 70 or 80-year-old man's body. And throughout the entire game, they drop tiny little hints that you are playing an old man, but you think you're playing a young man. You're playing a young man in an old man's mind, and everybody else knows you're an old man and thinks it's super creepy. But you don't know because it's all from... The whole game is from Sigma's perspective. And they seem to have done a very similar thing with Q actually being Delta and not Sean. And that the entire game's camera must have been from Delta's position, or from his viewpoint through other cameras. And every time characters chose choices far outside of their character that they would never have chosen simply to create alternate timelines, they were actually doing it because they were being mind hacked. Which, holy shit, mind hack. What the fuck? Oh man, mind hack. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm a little disappointed that it seemed to have gone in a direction that I didn't expect. Like, I was waiting for stuff about Kyle and Free the Soul that we didn't really get. We didn't get a damn bit of Kyle. We got a little bit of Free the Soul, but not a whole lot of explanation. Like, it was almost entirely in VLR timeline, and then right there at the end where he's like, okay, now I've created the possibility for a future where everything's perfect. Which is interesting. I like how I left it open as to whether or not Carlos shoots the fucker. Because, frankly, the choice doesn't matter. There's going to be a timeline where he does, and there's going to be a timeline where he doesn't. And I guess that's what Zero's banking on. I really like the way the narrative structure was written, like the getting to choose fragments like at random, and everybody just wakes up with no memories when the fragment starts, and then they go to bed when it ends. That was a really nice way to do a narrative that, frankly, you can't do in any other medium. And the idea of the coin flip at the beginning, I think, was really well written, where you've got the game only starts if you pick the coin flip. It was weighted so that you pick the coin flip where you're all released first, by having everybody like convince you to pick that coin flip first. Like, I think I talked about that already, and then that ends up being the end of the game at the beginning. I think that was really well done. Man, there's nothing to lead me to believe there's a fourth game, but I really hope that there's a fourth game. Like, I know it says the project's completed. I know Kotaro said there's only going to be 3 games, but I would really love something to tie everything together just a little bit more. Final decision. CQD End 2. Coincide. All sections cleared. Is that it? I saw everything. There's nothing else. That's it. We're all done. Alright. Man, that was good times. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it a whole bunch. If you enjoyed the series, click the like button, show your support, that helps a whole lot. And if you want to see what I've got coming up next, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.